So there is something I want to share with you people now. Please listen to me very well. But this is not for those of you that are going to be applying for visas to countries that do not require bank statement. Like, what I mean is, if you are going to be applying to a country like Norway, Germany, which other country? Norway, Germany, and probably Switzerland, and also the Netherlands. You do not need to understand what I'm saying. You definitely do not need this video because it's not going to be helpful to you. However, if you are going to be applying to any country like Sweden, Hungary, Romania, okay, all these other countries, Austria, that will ask you for proof of funds in the form of bank statement, not those that are going to do blocked account, right? Then this video is for you. By the way, geologists, what is this? What is this? If you're a geologist, you should know this. Comment below, what is this, geologists? Those who study geosciences, what is this? Put it below. So please, I want to give you something that is common sense. Now, those of you saying that you want to do proof of funds to study in these countries that I listed, first thing first, you need to ask yourself, how much, according to immigration laws, how much is the proof of funds to study in this country? Let's assume that the proof of funds is maybe 8,000 euros, 10,000 euros, like 10,440 euros, like in the case of Portugal. Now, what you basically need to do is like this. First, you have to show the money. And the visa officer needs to be confident enough that the money you are saying that is on your bank statement is actually your money. Because there is something they call money readily available and accessible to the applicant, right? Now, I'm just talking generally, so you should know and prepare your mind. There are so many videos you are going to watch on the channel about Sweden, Hungary, and the rest. Please make sure you watch till the end to understand. Now, if you are showing a bank statement to a visa officer that has 10 million, maybe 12,000 euros, 14,000 euros, right? Now, the bank statement needs to be a statement that the visa officer will be convinced that that money is actually inside the account and is your money. Remember, visas does not work on sentiments. They are not going to give you a visa because they think that, oh, you are struggling, oh, you are suffering. No. Now, let's assume that you are working, right? You have a job. Let's say the job is paying you 240k or maybe 300k, right? And you want to study abroad. Now, you have to get your employment contract. You need to get your pay slip. You need to get your maybe a leave letter from the company. But make sure your employment contract and your pay slips is there to prove that you are actually being paid. And also your bank account in your name. Many of you do not have accounts. I don't understand how you want to study abroad without that account. Now, when the visa officer is looking at the transaction history, he should be able to see that you've been doing deposits in that account in your name, right? And the deposit should be reflecting somehow. Yeah, it's possible you may have a side hustle. Now, if you have a side hustle, you can also show evidence, maybe screenshots or maybe your dashboard from the sites in which you are earning is also important. But just make sure that the evidence should tally with what you are saying. Now, let's assume you have a business. If you have a business, then you should be able to tell the visa officer that, okay, this is my business. My business is registered. These are the registration documents. I also pay tax in my home country, because you don't want them to start suspecting you. Because as a student, as a worker, anywhere, if you leave your home country to Obodo or abroad, you have to also be paying tax to the government of that country. As I'm standing here, I live in the Netherlands. Most of you already know. I pay tax, right? Yeah, I have BSN number. To those of you who have been watching my videos, BSN number is simply tax number. When I swap my permit from student to worker, it's going to change. I mean full time, right? Everything is going to change, and I have a percentage my employer will be paying to the government. So you need to show that you are actually legal and doing the correct thing in your home country, right? So bring your business registration documents, your tax documents, and evidence, and if possible, maybe pictures of your business to actually prove that this money coming into your account is from your business. And equally, if you have a job. Same thing if you have side hustles, right, which are not registered, maybe some online things, maybe you are working as a digital nomad or as a freelancer. Fantastic. Put all those documents and evidence. Now, let's assume that you are going to be sponsored by somebody, and maybe your brother, your father, your auntie, or whoever. But one thing I would like to encourage you guys to check when you are trying to follow this path is make sure the person that is going to sponsor you, if it's your mother or father or brother or siblings or uncle, make sure that that particular country can accept those people as sponsors. You are going to watch a video on the channel about people that can sponsor you to study in Hungary, right? Yeah, it's written there clearly on the Directorate of Immigration for Hungary that you can only be sponsored by somebody who lives in Hungary or yourself. And if you are going to be sponsored by somebody, you need to get your father or mother, and you need to show relationship. And I equally did all of this explanation inside the video. Now, do not forget how you can show proof of funds to study in Austria. Sweden is also the same thing. There is somebody asking me, oh, I have the money in my mother's account. My mother has the money, but I saw that Sweden is saying that we have to the money needs to be in my bank account. And that is it. Sweden needs you to have the money in your own personal account. If you go and start telling them that, okay, my mother is my sponsor and the money is in my mother's account. No, bro. It is specified already. Sweden already made it very clear. So for you to get a visa, you must abide to the rules of immigration. And that is what they want. They want the money in your account. Same thing like Finland. If you leave the money in your father's account and your visa is rejected, who will you blame? It is clearly written on the diplomatic website. So follow the instructions. Sweden, for example, also said you cannot be sponsored by a company, right? If somebody, for example, let's say these people want to sponsor you and they cannot sponsor you because it's written clearly on the website. Another thing they can do is tell them to transfer the money to you, write a gift deed letter, and you notarize the letter of the level of the Foreign Affairs Ministries, right? Get them to write sponsorship letters for you, because if somebody is sponsoring you, they need to get you a sponsorship letter. These are the type of things you need to do. Pay attention, because if you go and you use your mother as a sponsor, whereas the country needs the money in your own bank account, your visa will be rejected, because details are already provided on the website, diplomatic missions website. I am only doing my best because I cannot do it for everybody. There are so many messages inbox. I don't even have the time. I'm preparing for exams. I'm working on research. Before you know, I'm going to my small job or whatever. Before you know, I need to sleep. I need to my own self before family. I need to talk. In fact, it's a whole lot, guys. If I look at your message, it's something I've done on my videos, or I've dropped a video before. I will just come back here to update you guys on what is happening. I cannot keep. How many people will I respond to? If you think it's urgent, book a call and ask your questions to me inbox. That time I will have to sit down, sacrifice time, talk to you one-on-one and give you advice. But the things you are looking for, they are also on my YouTube channel, on others' channels as well. So make sure you follow these principles. Learn to do research. It is very important. Now, some people were equally saying that, oh, Milton, there is no school in the Netherlands that can ask for bank statement. There are schools in the Netherlands that will ask you for bank statement, but you have to pay their tuition first. And those type of universities, they are very expensive. Now, if you take a look at the Portuguese embassy's website, they say you can sponsor yourself and somebody can sponsor you. There are rules there as well you need to follow. Now, do not forget that those of you, somebody was saying that they can cut, blocked account. It cannot work that way. In the Netherlands, when a school gives you admissions, they are going to ask you to pay your tuition fee, your living costs, your visa fee to them in their bank account. They are going to give you their own bank account to do the payment inside, right? Immediately you pay, they apply for your visa. Now, this information goes to those of you who are looking for jobs. An employer, if you apply for a job online and get the job, the person to apply for your visa is your employer. If you apply for a school and you get, let's say, you get an admissions letter. The person to apply for your study visa is your university. They call them the host. You are coming into the Netherlands because you want to study, and the person to bring you here is your university. You are coming to the Netherlands to work because you have a job, and the person to bring you here is your sponsor. So only these people can apply for your visa. Any other thing you are getting from anybody, it is your cup of tea, guys. I have said it already. Even if you go to the IND website, you are going to see this information. There are a list of companies on the IND website for the Netherlands. If you do not get employment in any of those companies, you cannot come here. Yes, because those companies are recognized by the government. Only they can bring you here. Even when some of us graduate, for us to get our stay back visa, we need to get a job in one of those companies because the government knows them and everything is on there. So you have to plan yourself, know what you are doing. Do not listen to people who do not understand anything. When you watch my videos, do your own research to be sure, because I always make sure I try my best so that while you are watching, I'm doing my own things, I'm studying, or I'm doing my own things, because life out here is difficult, guys. I used to live in a 20,000 CFR house, in a room, 20,000 CFR, but it's not anymore. Yeah, my rent is over 300k CFR a month. Yes, that is a fact. So I need to use the time I have to hustle, to pay my rent, to get some sleep, to eat well, and then study. So when you send a message to me and I don't respond, go to my channel and watch videos. All those things you guys are asking me, they are on there. But if you think you still need more information, like there is a family I spoke to 2 days back. They want to move together as a couple, but they were thinking they can move to Romania together. I was the one who told them, no, you cannot move to Romania as a family. On study visa, it doesn't work that way. You can only move to Spain, Iceland, Portugal, Austria, right? Denmark, the Netherlands, and even right now as I'm talking to you guys, there is somebody who wants to come here. But what did I advise the person? Her admissions letter is already with her. Come first, then after 2 months you apply and bring your family. There are videos on the channel. I don't hide anything. If I know it's going to be useful, I drop it here. I always drop it because I come from a struggling place. So I'm dropping this information so you use it. And also come this way because, of course, life is good here, guys. You live here, you can even sleep here with your windows open. But in Cameroon, you try that thing, you are gone. No. So welcome to the Netherlands. Welcome to Europe. When you come, let me know, guys. I'm gone. Bye-bye.